welcome. It's great to see you all at our 2025 Student Employee Scholarship Celebration. My name is Simon Neem, and I'm the Dean of Libraries and UW Press here at the University of Washington. And it is my pleasure to welcome all of you, especially our honorees today, to this celebration. I would also like to begin, as we like to do here at UW, with a brief land acknowledgement, acknowledging the land where we work. The University Libraries and the University of Washington greatly acknowledge the Coast Salish peoples of this land, the land which touches the shared waters of all tribes and bands within the Duwamish, Puyallup, Suquamish, Tulalip, and Muckleshoot nations. So first of all, I'd like to welcome all of our special guests who are joining us today. Welcome to all our student scholarship recipients. Congratulations to you all on this well-deserved honor. By the way, you can tell the student scholarship recipients because they are wearing fantastic gold name tags today, so they will stand out. I'd also like to say welcome to our UW faculty and staff who are joining us today. Thank you for taking the time, sharing the time to celebrate with these amazing students. And also to our friends and donors to the UW Libraries who are steadfast supporters and advocates for the Student Scholarship Program and have had a tremendous impact over the number of years. In fact, the library's Student Employee Scholarship Program was created 27 years ago. And since then, and with our fantastic donors and their support, the scholarship program has grown from 5 students in 1998 to 50 students today. So pretty amazing. To date, over $490,000 has been awarded to over 500 students. So a really big impact. Today, our 50 student awardees will each receive a $1,000 scholarship in recognition of their work ethic, creativity, and commitment to excellence. Thank you to all of you who have helped to create and contribute to this very special initiative. So I just want to say a few words about our student employees. There are more than 265 student employees working in the libraries across all 3 of our campuses. Our undergraduate and graduate students employees are an important part of our staffing. And while each student's perspective and experience will vary depending on where they work in the libraries and their role, a common theme across all the applicants for the scholarship program was how their work at the libraries had really helped to increase their self-confidence and also their professional growth, and this early part of their professional development. I just want to give you a few examples of the type of work that our students do across the libraries. Just a small snapshot. So our student employees have made significant contributions to the library's website improvements and our ongoing redesign efforts, a very important part of the libraries. They have advised and helped hundreds of students and faculty with their technology needs. One of our students, who's here today, has created a 3D model of library spaces, or is working on creating a 3D model of library spaces to improve user navigation and engagement at our Tateuchi East Asia Library. It's a very cool project. And our students have joined and worked in partnership with our library teaching teams to enhance student workshop content and provide instructions for programs like the UW Libraries High School internship cohort, and many, countless of other important roles and contributions. So on behalf of all library staff and the leadership of the libraries, I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to each and every one of today's honorees and to thank you for your contributions, and once again to say congratulations to all of you who received a scholarship. So thank you. Quick round of applause. All right, so as part of our scholarship reception program, we always have a special guest speaker, and we'll also be hearing from a couple of our students. But first of all, I would like to introduce today's guest speaker, who is actually a member of UW's library team. Julie Tanaka is the Associate Dean for Distinctive Collections, which includes some of our most rare and unique materials, as well as area studies and the university archives. Julie joined the UW Libraries April 1st last year, so coming up to almost a year. Julie came to us from Occidental College, where she was the Director of Special Collections and University Archives. While completing her MLIS at UW, Julie also worked as a student employee in the library special collections. No, not special collections, sorry. Okay, you'll correct it, okay. She worked as a student employee, I know that. And I know that she is gonna touch on that experience in her remarks today. So let me turn it over to Julie for some remarks.
I won't pour it on you, I promise. Simon's a lot taller than I am. Thank you, Simon, for those remarks. I'm honored to be here today at the event which recognizes all of you as members of the libraries and the Presses team. Every day as I walk through the library, I'm reassured that coming back to UW was one of the best decisions that I made, and truly. I see you at the circulation up front, in front of Suzzallo, greeting people, pointing them to where the iconic reading room is, and to other points across campus, because no one can find some of these buildings. And then when I walk up to the circ desk, you always welcome me with a smile, and you're so helpful, and I'm like, oh yeah, you just got this email, the book came in. Oh, no problem, let me go get it for you, so that's wonderful, thank you. But then there are all of you that are behind the scenes. I know you have to help process that request to get the book here, and then you also have to help send it back. And to those of you that I see at the end of the day clearing the floors, especially on Friday at 5 o'clock, saying, why are you still here? Go home. And then students who go back and they shelve books. We appreciate that too, so the books are on the shelves for all of us. Your work doesn't go unnoticed, so thank you for all the work that you do. There are many other positions here, and to all of you, I thank you for what you bring to the UW Libraries and to the UW Press. Now, I used to be a grad student and a student library employee here, as Simon mentioned. After jobs in 4 states, I've made a complete circle, and I'm back as the Associate Dean of University Libraries for Distinctive Collections, or as the job announcement has shortened it, the ADDC. There's more on this later, so keep that in mind. To be honest though, I don't know how this happened. In fact, working in a library wasn't what I originally set out to do. My adventure began with a desire to teach, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna teach high school math. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, as an undergrad, I was exposed to new ideas, new subjects, and people who made these things interesting, and that was the key part. People made stuff interesting. Before college, I thought history was just a bunch of names and dates that I had to memorize. Boring, not useful. But as an undergrad, my perspective on the humanities changed. And I finally decided that I wanted to teach undergrads historical stuff. Not names and dates necessarily. There was a little bit, but about historical stuff. And after earning the proper certifications, I confronted a very tight job market. I was a historian who specialized in late medieval Germany, 1250 to 1450. Coolest time period out there, but there weren't a whole lot of jobs. And then the year after I finished, the market collapsed, so this was 2007, and new tenure track postings in my field basically disappeared. But this turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened. You're like, how could that be? It gave me a chance to step back and to rethink about what I really cared about. And how could I do that? I could still do this, but how? So after a lot of thinking and many conversations with people I trusted, I ended up applying to MLIS programs. And for all of those in the back, notice students, we all like to sit in the back of the room. It's the best place. I think you would agree with me. We all have sat there waiting, right, for that announcement to come. You probably got it by email. I was waiting for USPS to deliver an envelope. And sure enough, one day the envelope came, and I sat there. I remember like sliding my finger underneath, do I want to open? Do I not? I don't know. So finally I opened it, and I pulled out the piece of paper, and it said, "Congratulations, you've been admitted to the MLIS program at the University of Washington." Wow. You know, and I just sat there, and I'm like, But before I knew it, Dean Harry Bruce had indoctrinated me into becoming a proud iSchooler, chanting along with him, "The iSchool is my school, the iSchool is my school." I know that's not the current chant, but back in the day, that's what it was. So I'll come back to the student position I had here to correct Simon's information. But I want to start by talking about a little bit about what I do as an academic librarian. I spent the majority of my career as a subject librarian and special collections curator. So what did I do? I developed general and rare collections, did subject-specific and general library instruction, curated exhibits, both the really big ones and the small ones, sat on lots of committees and in lots of meetings, and mentored students, and that was the best part about it. And then new opportunities came about, and my curiosity got me to say, "Oh, that sounds like a new thing, let's go see." One thing led to another, and the next thing I know, I'm standing here as Associate Dean for Distinctive Collections at the University of Washington. So what do I do now? Well, something I never thought I would be doing. I provide leadership and vision for special collections and the trifecta that comprise the International Studies section. So here, that means the Near East, Southeast Asia, and Eastern Europe, the Baltics, and the Slavic countries. I also collaborate with a range of partners on campus and beyond, establish policies and best practices for my units, manage budgets, engage with donors, so many donors here, and work with the library's senior leadership group, which is known as the Cabinet. I don't know how that came about, but anyway, we work on priorities, policies, and decision-making for the libraries. I also work at the local and national levels in professional organizations such as the Rare Book and Manuscript section, but we don't use that. We know ourselves as RBMS. This is the National Professional Organization for Special Collections. We develop policies, promote the profession, and then I also share the work that I do here at my home institution with others to tell about all the great stuff that we're doing here. This type of work focuses on helping the library and specialized profession that I'm a part of achieve our goals efficiently and effectively. At the same time, there's another aspect of my job that's equally important. I can't be an effective administrator if I lose sight of the people who comprise the team that I lead. This means being aware of what my entire team, full and part-time staff, student employees, interns, and volunteers do. What issues do they face? What are their successes? And I don't mean being told about all of this. I don't need other people coming and saying, "Oh, by the way, did you know so-and-so did this?" No, I mean being on the ground, being here observing the great work that the people do on my team, connecting with them, and identifying areas that need attention. This allows me to advocate for my staff and my unit's needs and to continually refine our shared vision and strategic direction. Not to mention, I can also literally lend a hand when they need some help. Regular interaction with my team helps me understand their individual needs and identify their strengths and interests. And this understanding enables me to offer opportunities that will help them achieve their professional goals, and this is important, and to find ways to make their work fulfilling. This helps me retain good employees. But at the same time, and this is the bittersweet part, it also allows me to send some of them off to pursue new opportunities, but with confidence that they're prepared for this so that they'll be successful. Okay, so now I want to return to something at the beginning. Like all of you, I was a student employee here. I was based in the Research Commons, not in special collections. So I remember I was about to start the MLIS program and I was desperately searching for a job. This is my second career, so I didn't want to take out a loan and all that kind of stuff. Desperately searching. Matter of fact, I ended up with a job at the grocery store as well. But campus job would be good. And all of a sudden I felt like I won the lottery because I got a call and says, "Hey, we want to offer you a position." What, really? So, in good library fashion, the hideously long title, I was being offered the position as the Graduate Funding Information Manager for the Graduate Funding Information Service, or the GFIM for GFIS, as I was told. So let me give you some advice back there. If you decide that you're going to continue on in the library world, get used to long titles. I hear that this is a trend also in other areas, as well as acronyms, and you're going to have to explain what the acronyms mean every single time. Don't assume people know what they mean, because I would have never figured out GFIM, GFIS. So it didn't take me long to realize that this was more than a job that provided a coveted tuition waiver. Doesn't apply to people in the MLIS program anymore because you're now fee-based, but back in the day, I really did hit the jackpot because I gained hands-on experience here, organizing information, building LibGuides, managing content in Drupal, which I still do to this day. But even more impactful was what I learned from the library staff. They weren't the armchair travelers describing land that they never physically set foot in. That comes from my days as a medievalist. These people were the real deal. They're practitioners. And I came to realize that the advice, guidance, and stories that they shared with me were based on real experience working in an academic library. And that was my goal, academic library. And they wanted all of us student employees to do well and to be successful. So I want to share some things with all of you back there about what I learned when I was a student employee here at UW. Because I think it was crucial to me being successful early in my career and also helping me get to where I am today. So my first job was as Western European History Librarian and Curator of Special Collections. Notice the theme, long title. And not long after starting, I also led our public services team. It was a good thing that I had gotten strong training here before I got sent out into the real world. So during a brief stint at the Ellen Info Desk, I learned from one of the most thorough, meticulous, service-oriented people that I've met to date. This soft-spoken person drilled in me the important role Service Point staff have and the need for each person to have a firm understanding of services and resources to provide people with useful information, not just trivial stuff, to be well-trained so that no matter what question or situation arises, that staff member can provide a response, an appropriate response, almost without thinking about it. Of course, you listened carefully to find out what it was. I also learned de-escalation tactics to deal with some of the trickiest patrons, and I learned even more by watching how this person handled themselves. Always calm, mild-mannered, and non-confrontational. In a similar vein, another librarian initiated me into the Nordstrom's way, including color organization, and instilled in me the principles of customer service. Service quality involves thinking beyond the question. Find accurate information. Don't just go make something up because that's easier. And exceed expectations and do all of this with a pleasant demeanor, eye contact. A lot of people don't make eye contact anymore. And a smile. And I have to admit, I'm not always great at that, but I really do try, and I draw on what I learned from these two people every single day. Then I got a crash course from a practitioner, a real subject librarian for history. This person referenced some of the things you learn in classes, but said, yeah, that might work in the ideal world, but, and without question, I put what followed the but to good use as I began developing my collections, dealing with vendors, doing library instruction, and responding to students and faculty who were in crisis because they waited a bit too long and they needed that article yesterday. You can't just tell them, well, it's your own fault, right? You do your best to try to help them out so that they get their article. And even after I graduated, this person and a few others helped me to navigate the weird stuff that you just really don't realize you don't understand until you encounter it for the first time. I mean, come on, it made complete sense when you were sitting in class. Well, oddly enough, I look back and I had no plans on becoming a special collections librarian, But it was a good thing that there was a curator here who gave me some advice about this seemingly odd part of the library world. I didn't really even know what it was. And I was told, if a special collections job ever comes your way, you grab it and never let go. Admittedly, at the time, I just kind of shrugged it off. I'm like, because I wasn't planning to become a special collections librarian. I was going to be a subject librarian. I was a historian. Well, but it got filed away. And when that job offer came, mind you, this is that very first job offer, it unexpectedly included curator of special collections. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I was like, oh, wait, I remember someone telling me about this. And I have to tell you, I haven't let go. So having been in special collections now for well over a decade, I think I have a pretty good idea about what that curator meant and why you should never let go of a special collections position. Okay. So when I look back, I can see how each of these people and everyone else whom I haven't mentioned, that some people still around in this room, have played such an important role in getting me to where I am. As a UW librarian, I am committed to doing the same for all of you, our student employees, as I'm sure my colleagues in the libraries and at the press are. We are here to encourage you to explore, to see what piques your interests, because you're going to uncover things that you never knew you were interested in, to share our experiences and to provide mentorship that will prepare each of you to be successful in whatever you decide to undertake. Not what we tell you to do, but what you decide. At the same time, all of you play a vital role in what I and my colleagues do. You bring your own expertise and experience to the work you do here. And when I see you in action, I continue to learn new approaches and new skills. And even more so, I am inspired to try out new things after I see you do something. And for this, I extend my deepest appreciation. So congratulations to all of you for being recipients of the 2025 Library Student Employees Scholarships. And thank you, our generous donors, many of whom I see sitting around the room, for supporting our students. Together, you all help make the libraries and press successful and a really great place to work. So thank you again, and congratulations to all of our winners.
Thank you, Julie. So in my defense, I think you told me you were a student employee when we were sitting in special collections, which confused on my brain, so.
Let me do that one, Simon.
All right, this thing seems unhappy. Okay, well, thanks for sharing your insight and a little bit about your career journey. I must say we're delighted to have Julie back at the UW in her role as part of the library's administration and also overseeing our distinctive collections. So I'd like to turn it over to talk a little bit about our honorees today. So our student scholarship recipients span all disciplines and varied degree programs in the arts, sciences, and humanities. And I will just draw your attention to the fantastic program that's been created, and it includes the names of all our honorees and the areas of study and the award that they have received, and a little bit of information in there about each of the awards and our donors as well. So please do take a look at that. Our awardees include 30 undergraduates and 20 graduate students, and they work at all three of our UW campuses, as well as the University of Washington Press. So if you are a scholarship recipient, I would like it if you don't mind standing up so that we can acknowledge you and give you a round of applause. So ideally, we would love to hear from all of our scholarship recipients, all 50 of them, but we would be here for a long time. So for the sake of time, we have asked 2 of our scholarship recipients to speak on behalf of the group by introducing themselves and reading from their scholarship essay. So I would like to turn it over to our 2 student speakers to invite Arnav and Claire up to the front. Are you gonna go first? You can go first.
Hi, I am Claire Shepard, and for the past 3 years, I've been working at Branch Operations Services, and this is the essay that I submitted for my scholarship. My time at the UW Libraries has been invaluable for furthering my educational experience at the University of Washington. For the past 3 years, I have been a BOSS student employee, and with each year, my gratitude for this job has grown. As an oceanography major, science and research have been the central focuses in my academic career, with meticulous precision needed in order to be successful. Luckily, my duties at the libraries have mirrored these characteristics and have given me the opportunity to learn the critical skills of thoroughness and attention to detail. When I first joined BOSS in 2022, I did not expect my journey to change the way over the next 3 years to be something that changed the way I view the world. However, as a senior now looking back, my time with the libraries has been influential. Discovering the millions of books on every subject field the libraries have to offer has allowed me to expand my interdisciplinary knowledge and has made my educational experience more holistic and diverse. This has enabled me to bridge the gap between social and natural sciences and incorporate them both into my studies. As an individual eager to make a meaningful contribution to the university I attend, the libraries have provided me the space to serve my peers and mentors. As I reflect on my time at the UW Libraries, I recognize it as a time of substantial growth, personally, academically, and professionally. The skills and values I've cultivated here go beyond the walls of the library. They are etched into my approach to my studies, research, and future career in oceanography and climate sciences. I feel so fortunate that I've been able to serve the UW community and contribute significantly to an institution that stands at the forefront of academic excellence and research. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Arnav. I'm a junior currently at the University of Washington. I just want to say again, thank you so much to all the gracious donors here. This scholarship means a lot to me, especially just because I've enjoyed my time working at the library so much that being able to be awarded the scholarship kind of just goes to show that it's like the guest speakers said, I guess our work doesn't go unnoticed, and so it definitely means a lot. And it's maybe, I don't know, I guess a little more confident in myself to kind of just try to do more things. And so, yeah, thank you again. So here's my essay. One day at the Research Commons desk, I was working an afternoon shift. It was a routine day with students and faculty alike circulating in and out of the Commons. However, an elderly woman had come up to ask for assistance. Her English was broken, and she seemed to have been having a hard time looking for what she needed. I realized quickly that this woman was Japanese, and I knew that communicating in English would be futile and difficult. Using Google Translate, I was able to figure out that she was visiting the University of Washington for vacation, and that she wanted to go to the University Village to eat some food. I helped her use her phone to find exactly where she wanted to go. I ended up drawing a makeshift map for her. We have a bunch of maps sitting on the side of our desk, and so I had a Sharpie, and I was like, okay, here we go. Let's see what I can do with this. I'm not some cartographer, but I did my best. So, and so basically, I drew the map on a piece of paper, and then after exchanging farewells, I saw her leave with a bright smile and a sense of relief. So this, among countless other experiences working at the UW Libraries, has taught me lessons that I can't even imagine learning elsewhere. The sheer importance of perspective, for example, was something I didn't truly grasp the importance of until my encounter with this woman. Just being able to resolve communication differences allowed her to be more at ease with me and helped us get to the solution faster. I had to understand her sense of uncertainty and fear for asking for help in a language so foreign in order to give her the guidance that she needed. Seeing her smile with joy just as she was leaving was what told me everything I needed to know, and I wouldn't have learned this from a textbook. Beyond just meeting people from a myriad of different cultures, I also met people who were studying a myriad of different topics. I regularly ask individuals about the books that they check out, whether it's about botany, history, or even calligraphy. The sheer variety of knowledge present in the libraries inadvertently comes back to me to the people who want to explore its content. Like when I met a patron who was asking for help with researching a very niche insect's biology. They mentioned how this particular insect was almost never seen in the Pacific Northwest, but decided to study them anyway. After I connected them with a librarian who was a lot more of an expert than I was with this insect, I was inspired by their determination to study something so rare and realize that the possibilities for study were pretty much endless. Having these discussions helped me think about how I approached my own academics and served as food for thought. Over a year of working in the libraries has refined my ability to adapt my communication style to connect with a diverse range of individuals, from professors to international patrons. I've learned that providing excellent service goes beyond being sociable. It also requires quickly understanding the issue at hand and delivering a clear and efficient solution. This experience has not only enhanced my problem-solving and interpersonal skills, but also prepared me to navigate and succeed in any professional setting that I may encounter in the future. So thank you.
Thank you, Claire and Arnav. That's fantastic. As you can imagine, all of our student essays were amazing and well worth the read. I would like to once again extend our gratitude and appreciation to all of our generous annual and endowment donors. There is in the program a list of 750 donors in very small print for space saving. But if you are interested in joining that list of donors, look out for Cheryl and Shelby, who are here in our library's advancement team, and they'd be more than happy to chat to you. So at this point, I would like to also acknowledge and thank all the members of our Library Student Employee Appreciation and Scholarship Committee members. They are listed by name on the back of the program. This is a team from our libraries that volunteered this year to go through all the student award applicants and have the hard job of choosing 52 awards. So thank you to that team. And also on the back of the program, you will see a list of staff by name and also by department, all of our fantastic library employees who came together to put on this amazing event today. So just want to give a shout out and acknowledge to them. So as we wrap up the sort of speaker part of the program, I want to take this moment to, first of all, invite you all to stay. There are some delicious goodies on the table. If you can find your student, the donors, or at least meet some of the students and congratulate them, that would be fantastic. And I'd also like to invite Kimanti just reminded me that we're going to do a group photo for the student scholarship recipients up in the front of the room. So as soon as I'm done talking, if those folks could make their way to the front, that would be amazing. I want to say one last time, thank you all for coming today. Thank you to our donors, and a huge round of applause and congratulations again to our student awardees today.